I didn't ever think that I would be running multiple businesses. That was never something that came across before because, again, my passion before was teaching and traveling, and that's what I was doing, and I loved it. But then I also met Jonathan, who inspired this creativity and said, hey, just come on over to Ireland and run a business with me. And I'm like, I've never done that before. But the reality is, if you don't go out of your comfort zone and try it, you will never know if you can achieve it or not.
Uncle Gold Clip.
Also, the mindset. We all believe that, our potential in our mindset and what we can do in that personal development. I think when you connect with people who have that same philosophy and same beliefs, it's a different type of energy that's also in the room. It's sort of almost hard to explain because I'm just like, you're just feeling like these good vibes. This is ultimately good vibes because the people around you, they know how to raise their vibrancy and their energy. And then with that being said, if that person's energy is high, then you like this magnetic sort of force of just positive energy. Yeah, it's raised the roof. So yeah, good vibes.
Let's talk about that because I feel that that's one of kind of the main aims with this podcast, to kind of share useful ideas with people and people that kind of have that mindset of, all right, I need to improve myself. Like, I'm not perfect. I need to work on myself. I need to learn. I need to expand. And I love having people on that kind of think that way because you can always learn something new from them. Can you give us like overview how it started from you? Where was the first time where you started like developing yourself and working on your mindset and everything that you're doing in life?
Yeah, I think there is points looking back now, I can recognize where I've really put myself out of my comfort zone. And I think that was the first step of personal development for me. And it sort of began, like, originally, I'm a primary school teacher. That was my first profession. That was my first passion. Now you can have many passions, and that's just about exploring things. But if you don't go out of your comfort zone, first and foremost, you may not know what you like on the other side.
Yeah, exactly.
And when we have this fear, and we say, oh no, I don't want to do that, or no, whatever, you stop yourself. You are limiting your possibilities of finding something new that you love and enjoy. And so when I left Canada 5 years ago now, I moved to Germany. And that, again, I think was my first sort of step of recognizing I'm so much more than, I don't have to be in Toronto to have a career and have a profession, and I can travel and explore and learn new cultures. And I think personal development comes from also being open-minded to obtaining new information, to obtaining new cultures. I obtained a new language. My German is not the best, but I tried.
It's hard.
But I think it's one of those things where you start with recognizing that you have so much potential, and recognizing that you have this amazing life that you can live out to the fullest, and having that recognition and just awareness of the choices that you make every day will lead into ultimately what you want. So when I moved then to Germany and I was doing this job that I thought I loved, which I did, and I would always just try and connect with people who were like-minded. So at the point then I was again along with a bunch of other expat teachers. Again, some of them would be, their partners would be into financial freedom or money or different things. So this type of conversation would start coming up. So again, I would try and just connect with those people that sort of entice me to also push myself and challenge me a little bit. And I loved learning more about money because, again, that was not something that my family taught me about. And we sort of just went from, I had a single mom and our just basic apartment for the small family of us. But it was one of those things where you had the paycheck comes in and goes out, and saving wasn't a thing. And it was just sort of going with when the money came in, it would go out. But now I've grown so much to appreciate the way that money comes in, and knowing that money is all around us constantly. It's constantly flowing. And knowing that you have the ability to say, okay, this is the type of lifestyle I want. If I want financial freedom, there is a way to achieve that. And connecting with individuals that sort of spark that imagination or spark that drive or ignite this fire Gary Vee, for example, was a podcast that I listened to that really sparked that entrepreneur fire in me. And Jenna Kutcher is another podcast that I love because she's this female entrepreneur who, again, gives amazing value, but also she gives it on a real and authentic way. There's individuals, maybe it's not in your circle, that are igniting that fire. There are people online that you can connect with. Borna, right here. There's people here available, and I think that's one thing that I urge for people. If you feel that you're not in a circle that are filling you, that are challenging you, that are exciting you, then it's time to look outside that. It's time to go into online and type in, is it personal development? Is it money growth? Is it just finding, gratitude of what you do have and learning what you do want? Now, and people are online talking about this. So if you don't have it in your immediate circle, then look for it online. And I think look for it in books. I'm currently reading a book called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. And Jonathan introduced me to the book. He read it a couple months ago. And he would always just stop and talk to me about it. And I said, okay, I have to read it. When you're done, I'm going to read it. And I'm addicted. It's amazing to think about the psychology of our mind and what we tell ourselves. So in personal development, when you're telling yourself, oh, I'm not smart enough, or I don't have enough education, or you bring yourself down, you are limiting yourself. And you're actually, in the end, if you're going to say to yourself all these negative things, you're never going to take the action to move forward to what you ultimately want. And that's been a huge learning lesson of, I didn't ever think that I would be running multiple businesses. That was never something that came across before, because, again, my passion before was teaching and traveling, and that's what I was doing, and I loved it. But then I also met Jonathan, who inspired this creativity and said, hey, just come on over to Ireland and run a business with me. And I'm like, I've never done that before. But the reality is, if you don't go out of your comfort zone and try it, you will never know if you can achieve it or not. And that for me was really one of the biggest things ever, was just going out of my comfort zone and trying something new and realizing I am more than capable of doing it and doing it successfully.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see the full version, go to the Uncle Gold Podcast YouTube channel or watch the next clip.